Hi, my name is Ryan, and I have a disease called small fiber neuropathy. I actually did a video about neuropathy and its various causes. If you want to check that out before watching this, go click the card up over here or up over here. I don't really know where it's at right now. Now, you may have landed on this channel because you have some sort of chronic pain going on, and I'm all about helping people that are going through chronic pain or chronic illnesses. So if you see anything here that helps you, let me know below, or anything you want to hear more about, make sure I know about these things. You can find me on Instagram at Ryan Mitchell Brown. Now, to preface this, I want to say that small fiber neuropathy is actually quite different from most other kinds of neuropathy in that it only affects, for me at least, my sensory nerves within my skin, but it can potentially affect a ton of things like your organs, your blood pressure, even your breathing. I'm alright. Okay, that was a little bit dramatic. So if you'd like to see a video more in depth on small fiber neuropathy in specific, please let me know because I'd love to talk about that. But for me, the focus of this video is to give you an insight on my day-to-day living and things I do to help me that you may be able to incorporate in your life.
So Ryan, how do you start your day?
Well, now for me, day to day, I'm quite lucky. My pain level is quite manageable. I can't say that for everybody that's the case, but for me, I always wake up bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, aching like a 69-year-old grandma, and even though I'm 23. The one thing I make sure I do every single day, though, is I get up, I walk over to the bathroom, and I make sure I take my CBD, which is something that I'm really not going to promote, but for me, it works really well. I take about a quarter of a thimbleful of the liquid, and really, it helps my pain to an extent, but it more so puts me into a more zen state of mind, because I used to just wake up in constant fear that I would have to live with this every day of my life. And I may just have to, but the calming factor I get from it really has helped me, so it may help you too.
Well, what helps you with stress?
So stress is something that I think a lot of people with chronic illness can relate to really heavily, and then just people in general or any type of chronic pain. Something I do immediately when I just get up in the morning is no matter what I'm doing, I always make sure that I stretch it out, because like I said, I feel like a 69-year-old grandma, and it's just not comfortable. So I always wake up, I always stretch, but it really helps me just loosen up and get ready for the day. Another thing that I like to do at least 3 times a week is go to the gym, because I have this strong belief that, especially for people with chronic illness, movement is very important. If we just become lumps and we sit on the couch all day packing back potato chips, not only is it going to put our body into a more depressive state and actually affect our condition more, but it's going to prevent you from doing the things you really want to be doing, and you just got to keep moving. So I like to go to the gym, and some days I just bike for 30 minutes. Other days, okay, done, are kind of like that. Now, in addition to doing my own physical activity, which I actually have supervised all the time, I see a trainer. So that's something that if you're looking into going to the gym, I would highly suggest meeting with someone professionally to discuss your limitations and body movements and all those things. I actually also have another video on that if you want to check it out. Links over here. Now, the other thing that I do twice a week is I go to physical therapy. And I know I showed 3 fingers, but that's because I didn't major in math. So I go to physical therapy twice a week, and they do various things. I do e-stim, which is basically an electronic stimulation where they put little pads on your arms that sends an electrical signal in your arm, just helps you relax the muscles. And for me, it really relaxes my nerves. That may not be that way for everyone. It may be painful for other people. So definitely take that one with a grain of salt. We do various stretches. We do various exercises to help work on my balance and my full range of motion. And it's really nice to just have someone there to help guide you through various things that you can do on your own later in the day, and to just assess where you are at that moment, set some very basic goals to move forward to. And I think it's something that no matter what state you're in, you should probably try to find someone that you trust and really like, and do some physical therapy, because it's a good way to just start moving again, especially if you haven't for a very long time.
What do you do when you have a pain flare-up?
So yeah, I said earlier that I'm pretty lucky in general because I don't get a lot of crazy pain days yet, and I'm hoping that it stays that way. I'm doing everything I can, but there are days where like I'm just sitting, nothing's going on, and then frick! Fire! Fire! Yeah, it just comes out of nowhere basically. And sometimes the pain just goes away after a second, and sometimes it tends to linger. And on those lingering days, what I like to do is, if I can, I will take an Epsom salt bath, because it's been proven to help relax your muscles, etc., etc. It's good for you. If you have access to it, I would definitely give it a try. Now, if you're someone that has really sensitive skin or really sensitive pain receptors or any of that stuff, be careful with it. Don't do super hot water, and only sit in it for about 15 to 20 minutes, because I think that's the recommended amount of time. I could easily sit in it for an hour, but whatever, doctor's orders. Now, another thing that I like to do, especially after going to the gym, is sweat it out again, because why not? Go into the sauna and just sit and reflect. And in there, I actually like to do some light meditation, reflect on the day, the things I'm going to do, or just focus on my breathing, sweat it out, kind of detox a little bit. Now, you're going to say, Ryan, what if I'm at work? I don't have access to go to the sauna or do an Epsom salt bath in the middle of a meeting, okay? What do you work on your own? You're a YouTuber or something? Yes, I am. I'm very fortunate. But if you're at work and you can't do any of that stuff, honestly, I'm in the same situation. Sometimes I'm out with friends and I just immediately have a pain flare and I can't do anything. The biggest help for me has to find something to keep my mind off the pain. And I've said it before in another video, but distraction is one of the greatest helps in the entire world for pain reduction. If I can just set my mind on work or the friends around me or the show I'm watching, that really has made a huge difference in my pain level just by doing that.
What are the things that you're looking into that you think are going to help you in the future?
So I actively try to look into things all the time that I think will help me better my health going forward. I think that's something that a lot of people with chronic illness are actively trying to do. And one thing that I'm doing consistently right now is I go to therapy. I see a therapist once a week, and I talk to him about just all the stresses that I'm going through in my life that week. And it's kind of nice to have someone to unload on and then know that they can just take it at home and do whatever they will with it, and you kind of get that off your chest. It just never stops. Like the burning, it never stops. So it keeps coming. It's like on my arm, and I don't know what I'm doing, and it's just I don't just like help me, okay? Like, and then I mentally it gets in my head, and I just can't do anything about it. There's nothing to do. Everyone's just pushing me drugs all the time. It's like, are you sleeping? And something I've learned from them is to really take that time and reflect on yourself, and you end up realizing the things that you think are kind of like the sky is falling don't really matter so much. And one thing that I really wanted to incorporate and look into is a thing called dopamine fasting. And basically what that is every weekend or every day at about 6:30 p.m. I try to put down all the technology I have, my phone, all that stuff, and just dedicate that time to either reading a book, watching a movie with my family, or a board game if it's 1950, and things like that, to just get your mind off the internet. Because when you're in these Facebook groups all day long, or being on the internet like I am constantly, it can really just take away living in the moment. And something I'm really trying hard to do, and I think you can do more too, is live in the moment, experience those moments. Now, these are just a small dip toe into my life and the things I do to help me. So I'd love to know if any of these things that I mentioned have helped you, or that you want to start doing. I'd love to know more things you do that help you, so that I can maybe talk about it and share it in videos to help other people. So please leave a comment down below. Hit me up on Instagram at Ryan Mitchell Brown. I'll be here to talk to you anytime. Remember, I'm Ryan, and I'll see you in the next video.
How's that dopamine fast working for you?
I'm really bad at it.